Now, I'd like you to notice something very quickly here. The first set of 22,000 people that were sent back home, the condition for going back home was if you are what? Fearful and afraid. If you are fearful and afraid, go home. 22,000 people went home. In verse 10, God now came to the Gideon that he used to send these people home on the basis of fear, and said to Gideon, if you fear to go down, go with Purah your servant down to the host, and you shall hear what they say. So the only grounds upon which you should do this is if you are afraid, if you fear to go into the battle, then take your servant first and go down to the host, and I will make you hear what they say. Which means that if you are not afraid, this one is not necessary. But if you fear, what did the man do? He did like this. Say, thank you, sir. I know that you know what it is, but I didn't know. The point is, Gideon's response meant that Gideon feared. 22,000 people were sent home because they feared. What is the difference between the fear that Gideon had and the fear that the 22,000 had? Because sometimes people think that when you walk with God, when you follow God, when you prosecute destiny and these kinds of things, you have to enter into a certain kind of superman state or superhuman state in order to be able to do these things, a state wherein every sense of uncertainty or doubt or fear is absolutely banished from your vessel. And I want to say to you that it is not true. Sometimes people are going ahead to obey the Lord, not because they do not have fears, but despite their fears. It is that they trust God more than they trust their fears. It's not that the fears are not there at all. Every time you hear the Lord say, fear not, it is because God knows that the natural tendency of the natural person in this circumstance will be to fear. God is not unawares. He's the one who made us. He knows our frame. That's what the psalmist says. So it would have been useful to say like the other people in the New Testament, Lord, I believe, help thou my unbelief.